This is a tough video to make, y'all, because when tragedy strikes or there's big news, it's difficult to decide on whether to make a video about it so you don't come off like a grifter trying to capitalize on somebody else's tragedy or whatever big news is going on. But also, when something bad or something tragic strikes, it makes safety or whatever the incident involved top of mind. And recently there was a horrible tragedy on Toledo Bend. A young man, Peyton Hughes, lost his life practicing for the Bassmaster Kayak Series event down there. It was all over social media. You probably followed it. It is a sad, sad situation. His mother was posting on Facebook about it. Just heartbreaking stuff. So before we get into this video, please, if you're the praying type, please pray for the Hughes family. This is not a victim blaming or victim shaming type video. Really, there's no details on really what happened to him. Just a reminder of how dangerous it can be out on the water. Or out doing anything outdoors, but we're out in kayaks and small vessels on big bodies of water like Toledo Bend. So it's a reminder to put safety at top of mind, safety first before you get out there. So we're going to talk about a few safety things in this video that you need to keep in mind. So in remembrance of anyone that has lost their life or been severely injured, or the family of the surviving family of those involved in the incident, in remembrance of them, let's just take some time, talk about a few safety things to make sure you get home to the people that care about you. Because while we do this for fun, I know there are people at home counting on you to get back, want you to be safe. And if you don't have that person at home, well, I want you to get back safe and sound. So watch this video. Let's talk about a few safety things to keep top of mind. Let's go. So some quick stats. Between 180 and 200 people lose their lives in a kayak every single year. That's not directly related to kayak fishing, but just kayaking in general. That's the best stats I could find. And 80 to 90% of those involve no life jacket. Now, with this latest tragedy, there's no actual information out, at least that I've seen, as to whether the young man was wearing his PFD or not. So we're not going to speculate on that. But most of the time, folks aren't wearing them. So number one on your safety list, anytime you're out on the water in a kayak, anytime you're out on the water running across in a boat, anything, but if you're on the water in a kayak, you must wear your PFD, you must wear your life jacket. If you have your life jacket with you, which is required by just about every state's game and fish, then that meets the quote requirement. But if you wait to put it on until you need it, it's probably too late. So whether it's cold, hot, anything in between, whether you're just practicing, whether you're just fun fishing, put that life jacket on, y'all. I'm begging you. I'm begging you to put that life jacket on. It doesn't cost you a lot, but at the end of the day, if you don't wear it, it can cost you everything. So please, please, please wear your life jackets if you're out kayak fishing. Now we're going to take the life jacket conversation to the next level, and that is I'm going to encourage you to use a foam life jacket. Now any life jacket is fine. Whatever you have, if you're using inflatables and you're a diehard inflatable fan, that's great. That's better than not wearing any life jacket. But the auto inflate jackets, and especially the manual inflate jackets, there is a chance, there is a percentage of failure with those. Those can fail. And if you wear a foam PFD and you zip it up and it fits you right, it will never fail. It will always work. If you pass out on the water and fall out of your kayak, this will always work. You don't have to worry that you checked your cartridge. You don't have to worry that the mechanism failed. If it's a manual jacket, if you pass out, you're not gonna be able to pull it anyway. But a foam jacket, a high quality foam jacket like this Old Town Lure Angler, will never fail, and no matter what happens, you will stay on top of the water. Now, another reason I'm going to recommend a foam life jacket is because, yes, it's never going to fail. It's always going to work as long as you have it on and it fits right and it's zipped up. But within your foam life jacket, this is a bungee for my phone. I've got a safety whistle in here. I've got a knife in here. If you get separated from your kayak, this foam life jacket with pockets is going to have a few items in it essential to call for help, to get you out of whatever bad situation you're in. Let's pretend you fall out of your kayak and you're caught in some trot line or some dock line or whatever. If you have a knife in your pocket, you have a phone on you, all those things can help you get out of a bad situation while staying on top of the water. And one more safety consideration, of course, PFD number one. I say a foam PFD number two, but three. I had another video about what these boats have turned into, what these kayaks have turned into. And when you put a motor with batteries and all the tackle that we put on these boats, there is, to me, a higher likelihood that you can fall out, especially if you have a bow-mounted trolling motor. Because if you stand to fish a lot and you forget that you have the trolling motor on high, or you jackknife it too quick, there's so many funny, quote, funny videos of people doing that and falling out of the boat. Well, let's pretend it's cold water. Let's pretend you're in standing timber and hit your head. Whatever the reason, let's pretend you just can't get back on your boat. and you don't have a PFD on, or even if you do and you fall out and, like I said, hit your head, break an arm, whatever, all the tech on these boats make it higher in likelihood that you could fall out. So I'll encourage you, I always say when you get a new kayak to take it out unloaded, tip it, flip it, jump back in it, all those things, climb in it, make sure you can. But if you have a motor on your kayak, take it out with just the motor, just you and a life jacket on, and try to take the sharpest turn you can at full speed. Try to rock it and tilt it and see what happens, worst case scenario, with those motors, whether it's stern mount, bow mount, or both, to make sure you're prepared for when that situation arises. Because when you're in a tournament, when you're fishing, you're not thinking all the time, you're thinking about the fish, you're focused. So get out and be prepared so when that situation happens, you can react and you don't have to think about it. And the last safety consideration I'm going to put into your mind, and this is really for my fellow kayak anglers, especially tournament kayak anglers. When you're in a tournament, you kind of have a one-track mind. I was in a recent local tournament and a storm came in. It was lightning, thunder, wind blowing, and we ducked under a bridge, got out of the water for a while, came back in. But we were so focused on the tournament, it was probably pretty stupid to be out there at all with lightning striking all around and in the distance. I mean, just recently, I think a week or two before this tragedy on Toledo Bend, a couple of young hunters lost their lives out in Colorado, Utah, I can't remember. Out west, elk hunting, lost their lives because of a lightning strike. So when you're fishing or you're doing anything that's competitive, you get focused on doing that and you're like, oh, it's okay, it's fine, I'll be fine out here. One more cast, 30 more minutes, and then I'll go. The radar shows that storm is a few miles away, so I won't have to run out of here real quick. Well, you know what? Maybe get your mind off the competition and on safety to make sure you get home to the ones you love at the end of the day, okay? So look, that's all I've got about putting safety first, put safety at the front of your mind. And I said it at the beginning, but please pray for the Hughes family in this tough time. Such a tragedy with any loss of life. But with this young man losing his life on the water, doing what he loved, with so much life ahead of him, you know, in his early 20s, to have this happen, just a terrible tragedy. So please pray for that family. I'm going to put a link. There's a GoFundMe going on to raise some money for the family to handle some of the expenses involved with this. So if you'd like to contribute, I'll put that link in the description, and I believe there's going to be a charity tournament or something like that. If I find that, I'll put the link in the description as well. I'll edit and drop it in there once that comes out. But so it's fall. It's a beautiful time to get out and enjoy the outdoors. I'm out here doing a little scouting for early bow season here, trying to hunt. I know a lot of you are still fishing. Be safe. Get home at the end of the day. We're not invincible out here, y'all. Mother Nature is beautiful, but Mother Nature also doesn't forgive. So be prepared for whatever may come your way. Stay safe. Appreciate y'all watching the video.